Funny to just see the aftermath. Buddy had everything in the sling. The feet were in cast. Well, his legs were in cast. His arm was in a sling. His other arm, he had a neck brace. Buddy, Sun Jinwoo daddy won't play no games. He said, "You're not gonna touch my baby. You're not gonna touch my baby."
Woke up this morning, feeling that shine. Whole team got the glow. You can see it in the stride. Got me feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Got me feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Yeah.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy JusRzd, and welcome to another edition of Raised Review, where we chop it up and review different movies, TV shows, sometimes even albums. You feel me? Oh, and also anime. So today we actually locking in on the newest episode. I believe it's has to be like episode 4 at this point of Solo Leveling. Man, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I'm not gonna hold you. Not gonna hold you at all. Thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I thought the way they did everything was actually pretty dope. It's almost like we got a reintroduction to the world of Solo Leveling. Like, we kind of got to see, we had the basis in season 1 just about the gates and the hunter guilds and different things like that, but we actually kind of got to see how certain things kind of work in the world of Solo Leveling, and I actually appreciated that. I thought it was really insightful. And this episode kicks off with Sun Jinwoo coming out of the gate that he was previously in the last episode, where he was climbing the tower, defeating the different demons in that tower, in that secret gate that he had access to based on the system. And it was interesting just seeing him just kind of be normal this episode. it was pretty interesting. And it's funny, man. He ends up coming out the gate and he's just kind of reflecting on, like, man, I don't know, like, I'm still rank E. I'm still an E rank hunter, and in order to get into tougher gates and in order to get more rewards and more money so that he can continue to take care of his family and continue to secure the different items he might need to prepare himself to take on the final demon boss, so he can achieve the elixir that will cure any disease, which will hopefully heal his mother. It's just like he wants to be prepared. So in order to be prepared, he's like, I gotta get bread. So it's like, with him getting bread, he's just like, I kind of got to do something different. Maybe I should get reassessed and take reassess my hunter rank again, because at this point he's leveled up so much. Even just with what he did last episode, he's leveled up a lot. And he was just like, yeah, I mean, I shouldn't be trying to stay secret forever, because eventually all secrets come to light. And he was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. I'm gonna get reassessed. We're gonna figure out what's going on. And so he pretty much makes the declaration to do that, goes to the to where everybody pretty much registers with the Hunter Association to become hunters. They get assessed. He of course is in there. We see one of the members of the White Tiger Guild kind of just surveying the field and surveying the new hunters, the new crop of hunters. He sees Sun Jinwoo, immediately calls the head of the White Tiger Guild and is like, yo, Sun Jinwoo's down here. You might want to get down here ASAP. And of course, as soon as he heard that, he's like, what? He grabs his coat and runs out the office. And we see Sun Jinwoo go to get reassessed, puts his hand on a little black sphere, and the error message pops up. And so he does it like a few more times. Error message keeps popping up, and the lady's like, yo, I don't know what's going on. I've never seen this happen before. And it was funny because the manager came in there and was just like, hey, what's up? What's going on? She was like, it's an error message on the machine. Like, I don't know what's up. And he's just like, oh no, there's nothing wrong with the machine. It's just he has so much magical power that the machine can't pick it up. So he's officially an S rank. And it's funny, with him getting reassessed, of course, there's a waiting process. There's like a few days before the new rank actually goes into being official. And so he can't take on any new, while that he's in that in-between time, he can't take on any like higher rank gates or anything like that, because his rank hasn't changed. And so it was interesting to see that. But he gets all the information, talked to in the lobby. Everybody shook because they're like, yo, he's the 10th S rank person in Korea. Like, this is crazy. Like, what's up? How did we never knew? And we see the head of the Hunters Guild pull up with the head of the surveillance team. Pull up together because they was having a conversation outside and heard the commotion in the lobby and was just like, hey, let's check it out. So they go to check it out, see Sun Jinwoo, head of the Hunter Guild, tries to introduce himself. Sun Jinwoo's like, yeah, I'm sorry. It just kind of blows him off and walks by him. And he's just like, yo, I told him who I was, right? I told him I was me, right? I told him I was me, right? Like, I said my name. And the head of the surveillance team was just like, yeah, I mean, you did, but he didn't care. He just kept walking. And so Sun Jinwoo ends up leaving out of there, and just as he leaves and disappears, in steps in, running full speed. The well, not his full speed, but running it out of breath a little bit. We see the head of the White Tigers Guild, and the head of the Hunter Guild is like, oh. So he pulled up too. He must really want to talk to him because it looks like he left as soon as he found out old buddy was here. And yeah, it was just interesting just seeing how that kind of just how the system kind of took place. And then we also get to see the chairman of the Hunters Association pull up while Sun Jinwoo's at the hospital visiting his mom, just making sure everything with her is straight. He steps outside. He sees the head of the surveillance team. Again, they have a little conversation, and the head of the surveillance team was just like, yeah, man, like, look, the surveillance team is here to just pretty much keep an eye on everybody, but even when it comes to you S-rank hunters, like, we out back when it comes to y'all. Like, we trying to make sure everybody good and keep an eye on everything, but even we can't handle y'all. And it was funny, but he was like, yo, somebody wants to talk to you. And it was the chairman of the Hunters Association that pulled up. And he ends up having a conversation with him, and come to find out the chairman of the Hunters Association was actually the first S-rank hero, well, not S-rank hero, but S-rank hunter in Korea. And he's like 80 now, but he still looks like he looked like he about in his 40s or 50s, just based off of his physique. But he's really like 80 now, but he still has a lot of power. He's still S rank for a reason. You feel me? And so they have their conversation. He invites him to work for the Hunters Association, and Sun Jinwoo even takes the time to think about it. He's like, "Yo, that's a strong career path. Like, if I get in with the Hunters Association, I work for them. That's my career trajectory is only up. You feel me?" And it was just interesting to see to see him kind of think about that. And even the chairman was just like, the Hunters Association kind of acts as like a sixth power outside of the 5 main guilds in Korea. Like, you got the 5 main guilds in Korea, and then you have the Hunters Association to kind of give balance and to keep the powers in check. And he even told him, he was like, look, Sun Jinwoo, if you join any of the 5 guilds, you're gonna pretty much put an imbalance of power in that. Like, you're gonna mess up the balance that's already there. Like, we have a balance with the Hunters Association on top of all the 5 other guilds. We have it pretty balanced out right now, but if you join any of the 5 guilds, you're gonna put that balance out of whack. And he was just like, we got the head of surveillance team right here with me, but he's only A rank. You know what I mean? He's only an A rank hunter. And it was just like, just seeing him break down just kind of how the Hunter Guilds and the Hunters Association are kind of like set up. It was interesting, man, to just see him kind of break that down in that moment. And Sun Jinwoo was just like, look, man, I appreciate the offer, but I gotta pass, man. I want to fight. He was like, you want to fight? Like the magical beast? He was like, yeah, man, like my place is in them dungeons. Like I gotta get in where I can fit in, man. I'm built for the trenches. You feel me? And it was just funny because the chairman got excited. He was just like, man, if I was 10 or 20 years younger, I'd be right beside you. But I appreciate your answer. I respect it. We're gonna move on. But know that we here whenever you need us type situation. And then through the whole rest of the episode, we kind of just see the chairman just kind of looking up further details on Sun Jinwoo and what he looked like when he first got ranked by the hunter system and got that E rank, and just how he looked like a kid, and now he looks like a fully developed grown man. He's just like, yeah, this looks like two different people. And he was like, yeah, he got a lot of injuries. And we see before this conversation, we see Sun Jinwoo kind of looking at different items that he could get to help him prepare for the fight against the Demon Lord. And he's just like, man, these jobs is expensive. I still gotta take care of my moms and my family. I need bread. And so he sees an opening for a mining position with the Hunters Guild, and pretty much he can join the mining team, collect the resources for the Hunters Guild, and I'm assuming they'll pay him. And so he joins it because he's just like, my S rank hasn't become official yet, so I can't join higher ranking raids. Like, I think the highest he could do is like a C rank. And so he's like, dang, I can't join higher ranking raids, so let me see what I could do that an E rank could do. And it was the mining job popped up. And so he accepted that, and we see when the Hunter Association chairman is having his conversation with the head of the surveillance team, the head of the surveillance team says, like, look, he joined the mission with the Hunters Guild. He was like, dang. He was just like, he must have been attracted to the signing bonus. He was like, but it's for a mining position. You know what I mean? He went on a mining expedition, and the Hunter Association chairman just kind of laughed. He was just like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. He shouldn't have a problem in there. He's an S rank hunter, and he's more of a fighter, so mining should be a breeze for him. And so we see Sun Jinwoo pull up. He got the little hard hat on, looking like a out of place construction worker. And we see him pull up to the job site, and he's just observing how everything is going. And you kind of just see the breakdown. He kind of breaks down the system and how certain guilds operate. You got the strike team that go in there and destroy the monsters, and then you got the mining team that pretty much mine the resources of the dungeon, and then you got the extraction team or something like that. I forgot the name of the last part, where they pretty much grab the remains of the magical beast, and because you can sell those as well, and or you can either sell those or you can make equipment out of them. And so you kind of just see the breakdown, and it was like, yeah, when you're operating the guilds, you need a team for each section of this. You got the strike team, you got the extraction team, and you got the mining team to make sure you're clearing out the whole dungeon. So the strike team, we take a look inside the dungeon. We have the chairman of the Hunters Guild, who's like the best fire magic user in Korea, and then we have his vice captain, which is I feel like I'm gonna mess this up, but Hae-in, I think that's how you say her name, Hae-in or Chaehan. Yeah, Hae-in, I think that's how you say it. And you know, she's good with a sword. And, but she's an S ranker as well. She was the 9th S ranker in Korea. And so with Sun Jinwoo being the 10th, but not being official yet, he's trying to do this on the low, just so he can get some extra bread. And so he goes in the mission. The strike team comes out. Hae-in almost senses him. Well, she senses him, but Sun Jinwoo kind of fades in the background into like the shadows. And so she didn't see him. She sensed him but didn't see him. And so they go in there, Sun Jinwoo going crazy on the material. Some dude bumped into Sun Jinwoo and tried to get buck with him real quick. Sun Jinwoo cut his eyes at him, but he freaked out and was just like, oh, I'm sorry, you got it. Like, yeah, bro, go on somewhere with that. go on somewhere with that. Don't bring that word on my way. It's just funny to see his reaction. But yeah, you see Sun Jinwoo going crazy, just with the pickaxe going crazy on the materials. Pause. But he's just going crazy minding the materials. And we see everybody else getting ready to take a break. So everybody leaves, and he's just like, nah, I'm gonna just finish up here while y'all go ahead and leave. Because when he first walked into the dungeon, he realized that the boss hadn't been defeated yet. Because once you defeat the boss, then of course the dungeon gate closes. So in order for them to extract the materials, they can't fight the boss yet. So Sun Jinwoo's like, I got an inkling that I want to go down there just to see what, because I believe this is an A-rank dungeon. He was like, just to kind of see what an A-rank dungeon boss, what he talking about, what he hidden for. You feel me? And he's just like, I know I probably shouldn't, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna do my job. Everybody went to lunch. He's like, you know what? Everybody gone. I'm gonna go down there. So he runs down there. He finds the entrance to the boss, and he's looking, and he gets excited. He's just like, I know I probably shouldn't defeat the boss because that's gonna ruin all them. It's gonna pretty much close the gate if I fight him and kill him. So it's just like, what should I do? So he gets excited, pulls his dagger out, and he's just like, you can tell he's like, oh well, poking him a little bit ain't gonna ruin nothing. It's like, bro, you're not gonna poke him a little bit. You're gonna slaughter that man. Like, stop it. So as soon as he's about to take action and go forward and fight the boss, Hae-in pulls up behind him and is like, yo, what you doing in here? And he's like, what? Because he thought everybody had left. And she's like, I'll repeat myself one more time. What are you doing in here? And then the episode ends right there. And so it was dope. I thought it was dope the way they gave us the way they explained the hunter system and the way they kind of explained the guilds and the hunters association, creating balance between the guilds, and just kind of seeing what they have to go through anytime an S-rank hunter is revealed was actually kind of dope to me. We also got to see Hwang, what happened to Hwang after fighting Sun Jinwoo's dad. He's in the hospital, badly beaten up, and we have one of the directors over there in America was like, yo, I just got some questions for you. Do you think Buddy was human, or do you think he was a magical beast? And Wayne was like, yo, did Buddy seem human to you? Because I ain't never seen a human do that. And it was just pretty much reflecting on the fight and was just like, yo, like, if I go near, his dad told him, if you go near my son, I'm gonna kill you, for lack of better words. And he was just like, just reflecting on his words, like, dang, like, Buddy really pieced me up. I can't really fight, like, I can't really fight him like that. Like, I wanna be able to avenge my name, but if I fight him, I'm going to lose, because he just dog walked me in the last episode. So it was just interesting to see him just kind of have to eat that. And he was like, did y'all locate him? He's like, nah, we trying to find him now. And it was just like, man. So we kind of pivoted off of that scene, but it was funny to just see the aftermath. Buddy had everything in the sling. The feet were in cast. Well, his legs were in cast. His arm was in a sling. His other arm, he had a neck brace. Buddy, Sun Jinwoo daddy won't play no games. He said, "You're not gonna touch my baby. You're not gonna touch my baby," and he meant that. And so it was just funny, man, just to see the administrative side. There we go. The administrative side of the hunter, the solo leveling world. And so I thought that was dope. So for me, I'll probably give this episode an 8.5. I thought it was really, really cool. Just getting that information. Like, you don't always have to have a super action heavy, we scrapping episode. Sometimes you could just have an episode of exposition and really give off a lot of details needed in the story, which I felt like they did well here. And Attack on Titan did well with that as well, with their storytelling and the way they told their stories. So I thoroughly enjoyed this particular episode. I thought it was really dope. I thought it was interesting. Like I said, how they did everything, and I really appreciated it. I appreciated the information and the backstory of how everything just kind of comes together and works in behind the scenes in the world of Solo Leveling. I thought that was really dope. But let me know in the comments below if you think I'm tripping, if you think my rating was too high, too low, whatever. We can chop it up in the comments. But let me know also in the comments below how you feeling about season 2 of Solo Leveling. I'm personally locked in because, bruh, every episode has been dope to me. Every episode has been dope to me. I ain't gonna hold you. So I'm locked in. I'm here to see how this story unfolds, and I do hope that they do an anime for the sequel story as well, but I won't be mad if it's just the Solo Leveling story in completion. So I'm fine with that as well. So like I said, let me know in the comments below how y'all feel about it. If you think I'm tripping, if you agree with me, what are your thoughts on the episode? Did you enjoy it? Are you locked in like I am? Because I'm thoroughly locked in. But don't forget to like the video, don't forget to share the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that way you can be notified anytime we drop a new video on the channel, which is every day. So stay tuned in, stay tapped in with your boy. It's been another edition of Rage Reviews, and never forget, it's free soul to the soul free. Let's get it.